Okay, so in the previous video, we found the expected value of our previous problem, right? So we said it actually was here, how much money do you expect to win? So we said that we expected to win 0.83 cents, I guess. And how we got that was we were able to multiply the outcome times the probability, add them all together, and that's how we found that. Okay, so now what we're going to do, so we already found the expected value. What we're going to try to do is find the standard deviation. Now, the standard deviation is defined to be the following, right? So standard deviation sigma, right, is equal to this formula, gigantic formula. Now, the square root of the sum of x minus mean, of the minus the mean, right? Because we know that it's a distance from the mean squared, and we're going to multiply it by the probability. Now, this formula is kind of difficult to use, so I'm going to go ahead and use this one. This one's equivalent. It's exactly the same formula. So this one's a little bit much easier, and you'll see why. So let's find the standard deviation sigma, okay? So what do we need to do? Let's start off with the summation first. So we're going to take each of the x's, square them, and then multiply them by the probability, and then we're going to add them all together. So that's the first thing that we're going to do. So let me go ahead and erase this. I don't need this just yet. Let me use a different color. Oh, what happened? Let me go back up. Okay, so first let's go ahead and figure out this part, this thing, right? So we're going to take all of our x's. So here are all of my x's, right? And I'm going to go ahead and square them. So I'm going to take 10 and then square it and multiply it by the probability, which is 2 out of 6. Then I'm going to add it to the next one, 0 squared, multiplied by the probability, 3 out of 6. Then the next one, negative 15 squared, that is my cat being weird, multiplying it by 1/6, okay? I'm going to go ahead and put this into my calculator, right? And what I'm going to get 70.83. 70.83. Now, I'm not done yet, right? Because all I just did was this thing in green. Now, I got to go ahead and subtract it by mu squared. Okay, so I'm going to take the 70.83 and I'm going to subtract it by mu squared. Well, what's mu? Well, remember, mu was this thing, right? What we found before. I'm going to go ahead and subtract that by 0.83 and I'm going to square it. And I'm going to put this into my calculator, right? And what I'm going to get is 70.14. Okay, am I done? Is this sigma? No, right? Because I took all of my x values, I squared them, multiplied them by the probability, and added them together, subtracted by mu squared, but the last thing is square root. So sigma now is going to be the square root of 70.14. I'm going to go ahead and put it in my calculator. And what I'm going to get is 8.375. So if you have your calculator with you, go ahead and put it in your calculator right now, or stop the video, and then make sure that you got a mean of this and a standard deviation of that. So I'm going to go ahead and write it right here. Mu was equal to 0.83 and sigma was equal to 8.375. Okay. All right. Now, this is how you basically do the problem, right? Now, notice that sometimes in this case, we may have more than just 3 outcomes, right? What about if we had 7 outcomes or 10 outcomes? Well, we don't want to be doing this over and over and over again. So something that we can do is, of course, use the calculator, right? So that's something that we can go ahead and do. That's very feasible, right? So I'm going to do it using the TI-84, okay? So let me check something out really quickly. Let me go ahead and do it with the stats wizard on. Okay, so for many of you guys, if you have a much fancier calculator, a much more new edition, then you'll probably have the stats wizard. You may or may not have it, right? So if you do have it, go to your mode and then look for stats wizard and make sure that it's on. Okay, if you don't have that option, it's all right. I'll show you how to do it if you don't have the stats wizard. For my TI-36 people, I'll go ahead and show you in class. Okay, so the way that we're going to do this, right, the first thing is we're going to go ahead and click on stat, right, and then we're going to edit, and we're going to go ahead and put in all of my probability distribution items. So I got a 10, right? I got also a 0. I got a minus 15, right? So that's what I got there. And then on L2, I'm going to go ahead and put in my probabilities. So 2 out of 6, and it gives it to me in a decimal. 3 out of 6, and then 1 out of 6. Okay, so I put my probability distribution there. I put my x value, and I also put my probabilities. Now we're going to do exactly the same thing that we did before. Second stat, right? And do, stat, calculator, and one variable statistics. Okay, so I'm going to press one variable statistics. The list is L1, so that's where I put all my x values. That's what this means. My next one is my frequency. This is where all my probabilities go in. So make sure that you have L1 and L2 there. Okay, then I'm gonna go down to calculate, right? And what I get is, ta-da! Okay, so let me go ahead and go down, a little down to the magenta ones. So notice that my my mean, right, is x bar 0.833, right? My standard deviation sigma 8.375, right? In order for me to know if I did it right, n has to equal to 1, okay? That means that I'm sampling from the entire population, okay? Now, let's say you didn't have that. So you might be thinking of, hey, professor, wait a minute. When I went ahead and did calculate in my graphing calculator, I didn't get that. Okay, well, let me show you how you can go ahead and get around that. So what that means is that you probably have a much older calculator, right? And you don't have a stats wizard. So this is what you have instead. So hopefully you entered all of your data just like you did. I'm going to go to stat, then go to calculate, one variable statistics. Now, in this case, you kind of have to do it manually. So what you're going to do now is I want to find the mean of all my L1 items. So I'm going to press second and then the number 1, L1. I want to find the mean of my items, right? Of my X values if their frequency is in L2. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and press enter. And ta-da, I get exactly the same thing. So you just have to do an extra step by physically putting L1 and L2. So I still get the same thing. I still get my mu. I still get my sigma, right? And we're all happy. So in the calculator, it's much easier to do, right? Instead, because it's really easy to make a mistake. But that's just basically how you would do this type of problem, okay?